Midas,
Yes.
roll a Constitution saving throw.
Ah!
Starting it off right.
I'm just kidding.
No.
High or
Do it
low,
anyway.
good sir? High or low?
We're gonna go with high.
All right, everybody else, roll.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Yes.
Well, I feel like it's pretty. Yeah.
Ooh.
How did you get a natural one? What is this?
And go ahead and re-roll for me, please.
Wow.
Ugh.
Go ahead and re-roll.
No.
I mean,
Like,
clutching
I
my
don't
pearls.
think it will.
How dare you?
That's so nice of you to ask, but no.
Hold on, give me a sec.
Thank you anyway.
It takes a minute for
How
me to
dare you?
load in.
Matt's sitting at a pretty fat 16 right now.
Yeah, I need a nat 20 from you, Corey.
No, you don't.
Please.
No, you
Please.
don't.
Here it is. Nat 20.
And ready, 3, 2, 1, 20, 18, 13,
Wow.
close.
Can I use my inspiration to raise that to 17?
No, not.
Dang it!
I'm gonna use cutting words on Czar's roll.
All right.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
Hey guys, it was a
Oh, that is
good session. I'll see y'all next. Just kidding, just kidding. Okay. I actually took really good notes last time. Okay. Did I take really good notes?
We're about to find out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we start with old Midas, the old grumpy of the group. Midas asks around, and he figures out that Eladrin and his dad are in jail. And he's like, "Oh fuck, those dumbasses." So he goes looking for the jail. He talks to the guard in a way that seemed like he was gonna kill him or hug him, or no one really knew. Let's see. And then we go to Dragon Eladrin. Eladrin and his father are hugging and saying that he's happy that he's alive. And the guy that Eladrin casted magic on snitches on him, of course. The boss of the guards starts to question both of them. So he comes in and Officer Boulder or whatever his name, I think that was his name. And he takes Eladrin's dad away, and Eladrin starts to cry because he hasn't seen his dad in forever, but honestly it was his fault for leaving. So yeah, boss uses mind control or mind reading magic on Drag to get information, but the problem is that Drag's brain is a hamster wheel, so he did not get anything. Let's see, Midas walks to Drag crying, tells him to stop. I have a quote. It says, "Midas a freak, Hugin 2023." I don't remember why. I think it was because of the guard. I think we were trying to seduce the guard. Then we move on from the crying and the seducing to Corey and Czar. Corey, I think we're still invisible, and she wants to go look for the other Herringons that you heard of on the outskirts of the docks while they try to keep low. We find some thick bunnies outside of the artsy tartsy. Sergeant Brick, that was his name, is the person we learn about from the shopkeeper who gives us some cloaks and a really cool hat and a monocle. Or a glass hat, I don't remember. Yeah, we put disguises on. We get in line to wait for the artsy tartsy because Corey is excited to go and try the food and have a cook-off with the gourmand. We get back to Midas. Midas waits in a waiting room from Eladrin and Drag to get out of jail. Dorian Breezeleaf gets out, get let out by Sergeant Brick, and sits next to Midas. Midas and Dorian have a hilarious conversation about Eladrin, where basically Midas shits on Eladrin, and Dorian is like, "What the heck? Why are you talking about my son like that? I thought you were his friend." Sergeant Brick says that he will let the ducks off of all charges by sailing with a rental guard and helping them find a pirate or a thief. It might have been a pirate. Back to Zor and Corey. We get a discussion about donuts. Dang, I really did take good notes. Gosh, okay.
Yeah.
We get into discussion about donuts with another big Chungus-looking rabbit. And and I started like praising Corey's whole demeanor and everything like that, even though we have disguises. And let's see, Corey challenges the chef of the Artsy Tartsy, whose name was, I don't remember. And Corey needs to, okay, yeah, so she challenges the whole Artsy Tartsy. She goes and she's like doing the line and stuff like that, and of course Corey's awesome, and we got Zars cheering on the sideline, and she's sweating and she's stuff, and at the end of the service, the chef's like, okay, now the real challenge starts, and Corey's like, what the fuck? So, and then she tells Corey she needs to collect something to start the real trial. I don't remember what that was, though. Eladrin uses a sending spell on Zar, which was pretty hilarious. Zar accidentally calls Corey boring. God dang, I shouldn't have read that one. We go to Eladrin's parents' house after we meet up with everybody. We speak to Eladrin's parents about Midas's bracelet, and we get some Eladrin lore. Apparently, he's from an island called, or his people are from the island of SoundCloud Island. So Media the Exalted, he watched over the people and granted, or using the power he granted them, he let Forge Genasi out into the world, or let leave the island. They're called the Terramore, the lovers of Earth, magical abilities to manipulate. Yeah, all the different stuff like that. Breezely are descendants of the Terramore, so basically Eladrin is a god, as he said before. His parents were supposed to tell Eladrin, but Eladrin went away, and that's why they had their brother, his brother. And now we need to go to SoundCloud Island and get the help from Submedia the Exalted to get off Midas's bracelet. Mic drop.
Damn.
Well done, sir. Give yourself an inspiration point for those fine notes you took.
That was just as good as being there. Oh yeah, we talked about the fondue nut.
Why everybody gotta catch the straight? Nobody walked out of this unscathed. What the fuck?
Except for Drac.
Yep, except Drag.
She's on a hamster wheel. It's okay.
Oh dang it! Never mind.
She kind of caught a stray. You're just like, she wasn't thinking of anything. Not paying attention.
Yeah, everybody got fucking hit. I was like, damn. They're already dead.
This is all word from my notes, so this is what I was thinking as we were playing.
Oh yeah, we found out that Zar's a manlet.
Oh god, I forgot about that one. Zar's a manlet. Midas is a freak.
Oh my god.
Corey's like tall.
Mm-hmm.
That's including the ears, though.
No, it's not including the ears. It's not.
That's what all the Herringons say.
Donkey.
That's right, Marty. You did call me fucking boring.
Look, we talked about this. I didn't actually mean it. Okay, it wasn't coming.
No.
It was coming from a place of love.
You love that I'm boring? I don't fucking think so.
I do love that you're boring.
Oh, yeah, see? There you go.
You put words in my mouth. I didn't mean it.
That entire argument was so fucking funny.
Oh
my god.
And the owner of the Artsy Tartsy was Gloria Snickerdoodle.
Gloria.
Yeah, Gloria. Old Gloria.
Wait, Snickerdoodle?
Yeah, Snickerdoodle.
I thought it was Artsy Tartsy.
Well, that's the name of the place.
Ooh, okay.
Alright, so, yes, as Zar brilliantly recapped there, you guys spent the night at Eladrin's parents' house, got yourself a nice long rest, and as you guys awaken, there's already breakfast cooking in the morning as Rizelia couldn't sleep in. Her son's home, she's quite excited, she's making food for everybody. And you guys all kind of slowly begin to wake up. Some of you, like Eladrin, you're in your brother's room, and some of the rest of you guys are kind of strewn about on the floor in like the living room area. They obviously don't have enough beds for everybody, but Eladrin, you slept in Zephyr's old room. The bed's a little bit small for you, but a comfortable sleep nonetheless, as you're in your parents' house, and it's just a comfortable feeling.
I woke up this morning and I was able to smell the smells that I've smelled when I was a young boy. Oh, smell of my parents' house. It is a good smell.
Nothing like mom's home cooking.
Yes.
So with that, you guys all kind of begin to wake up, and Razelia sees you waking up, Eladrian, and she just kind of skips and hops her way over to you and just gives you a nice little peck on the head. And she says, "Oh, good morning, my sweet boy." I made your favorite.
You've made my favorite? Is it what could it be? Let me see. Is it eggs?
Yes.
It is eggs?
Eggs and very puffy bread.
Oh, I like the puffy bread. But it is not any normal eggs, right? It is the snow sunbird? The egg of the snow sunbird from the snow sunbird
Of course, it is the only egg that we
woods,
eat.
yes? From back to where we are from at the house?
Yeah.
Yes, the ones. That is the one. Not the... Yes. Oh, these are so good. You know what's very special about these eggs is the shell of the egg is blue. But
That's
the egg
right.
itself is white, like the snow. White is the driven snow.
Yes, and when you crack open the egg, it's the yolk is white inside.
It's a white yolk and a yellow white. It's so different.
Yes, come eat, come eat.
My headset is going nuts, and so I can't hear. So just give me
All good.
a word.
So the rest of you begin to wake up, and you catch the aroma of the breakfast being made, and Ryzelia is quite happy to feed all of you as you guys start to wake up and get ready for the day. You don't see Dornian Breezeleaf in the house currently. And if you ask, Ryzelia just says, he went to go and take care of some errands before escorting you guys down to the docks today. But quite the predicament you all got yourselves into, Dornian tells me.
It was not that bad, but it was, it could have been better.
Honestly, the plan could have made a left turn real quick, but we saved it.
I think it already made a left turn.
What do you mean? We have an opportunity to go sailing now. We should break into stuff more often. Is that the lesson we learned here?
Well, you know what they say. They say 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do.
I do not know where you learned that, my son, but maybe on your travels, but maybe not down here in Ballard.
Yeah. Oh, you cannot take 3 right turns to make a left turn?
No, that just makes you turn.
I guess you have to be a square.
She points her, draws it out.
See, look here, Mom. You have a square. You do the 1 road, 2 roads, 3 road. Okay, you come in this way. Instead of the turning to the left, you just have to turn to the right 3 times, and then you'll be going to the left. Okay.
Right.
That's 3 times.
Left.
Who's on first?
As you guys kind of eat breakfast, and Ryzelia is serving you all, she takes notice of your very well designed outfit, Midas, and she can't help but kind of trace her fingers kind of along your cape and stuff like that, and she says, "This is the very fine silks that you have here."
Well, of course it is. I've made it after all.
Oh, you did this yourself.
Yes, I did all of their outfits, actually.
I'm something of a seamstress myself.
Oh, really? What guild do you belong to?
Formidable.
Well, no guild association, but I help out down at the dockyards. I trim up some of the sails for some of the ships that might get damaged along the way, and well, all the people down at the dockyards speak quite highly of my work. It makes the ships quite durable for their long voyages at sea.
Yeah. I'm sure sail patching is a very necessary job.
Midas, be nice.
I am.
Yeah, I encourage you to stop while you're ahead, my friend.
I complimented her. I said it's a very necessary job.
With the back of your hand, I saw it.
Well, no.
You
It's
didn't-
just this is a shame that she's not part of a guild, but that's okay. Guildship isn't for everybody. I mean, y'all aren't part of a guild, and I'm still around y'all. I mean, look at Corey. He's like 1 foot in.
Corey's eye twitches.
Yeah, this is the one time Eladrin doesn't say anything. He just looks at Midas and kind of cocks his head a little bit, squints his eyes, and raises an eyebrow.
You know it's bad when not even a Ladrian is
Yeah.
speechless. Like,
And I wish I could have joined a guild, but I just never had the time, unfortunately.
Yes, it's a lot of time. I've been part of my guild for a long time.
Well, you are as old as dirt, so it's going to
What?
be a long time. Hmm?
That's no,
What? What?
no,
I mean, yes.
no.
Okay.
And as you guys continue to eat breakfast and converse and catch up a little bit with Ryzelia, Dornian comes through the door and he says, I see everyone's up and ready to go. Are you guys ready for your journey today?
We are ready, Father.
ready as I'll ever be.
Perfect. I just...
Drag says yes with her mouth full.
I just-
we talked about this. Mouth closed.
I just got back from the docks and they're expecting you pretty soon. They're wanting to set sail while the wind is in their favor.
Okay.
So gather your belongings and we shall go.
I think we are ready.
Can I do one thing before we leave?
And what is that?
Yes.
Well, since we're, going on a boat and in a lot of water, I do have a spell that could help us, but I need to learn it real quick. Is it okay if I take, 4 minutes?
You can learn a spell in 4 minutes?
Easy.
I'm a quick learner. Is it-
You went to college.
You went to college? Oh my
It's very scholarly.
It's so scholarly.
right?
I'm
Oh no.
sure we can afford a few minutes.
Yeah, you should take me
You-
just a sec. I just need a little bit of space in the middle of the living room. Is that okay?
I guess so. Do you need us to move any furniture around?
No, it's okay. Well, we can move this coffee table here. Eladrin, come help me.
Okay. Ready? And
One.
go.
Oh, my back. Okay, yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah, I
that
just-
took a
This
lot
is
out of
really
me.
heavy.
Oh wow.
She's
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
If your knees are.
Man, that thing weighs like a ton. Where's it from?
table?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't live here.
Well, it is a fine cut from the Dunmas Woods.
Good
You
piece
tell
of.
it's very, very well made. Anyways, okay.
So yeah, Zaro kind of sit down. He'll take out, he'll open his book in front of him.
Like, all right, book. Get ready again.
He'll take the spell scroll of water breathing, kind of put it on the side, and he'll pull some runes from the book, kind of make like a little cauldron in it, and he'll take a bag of gold and put it into the cauldron, and then he'll start a fire underneath that cauldron to kind of as the gold starts melting, he'll take the runes from the spell scroll itself and he'll toss it up into like a dome around him, and he'll snap and summon his pin, and it's kind of like multiple arms. Like it looks like he's moving at like record speed. Like he dips his pen in those like and writing stuff into his book, and as he does that, the runes from the dome start to transfer into the book, and in like 10 minutes he is done.
Whew, man, Good thing I had that breakfast before.
It was pretty cool to see.
Thanks.
Ooh, and I love me a snack of gold.
Oh, yes.
I'm happy you like that book. It's been a minute since you've learned something new.
Yeah, you're kind of slacking.
Well, hey, it takes time and money to find these scrolls, and I was only lucky that my professor gave me this.
Well, look for more stuff. I'm hungry for knowledge.
Okay, I'll do that. From now on, we're only looking for scrolls.
And Dornian watches the process that you just went through, and that is very impressive, Tsar.
Thanks, I went to college.
All right, does anyone else need to make any final preparations?
I don't think so.
No?
I'm personally fine.
Let's do the thing.
All right, let us set out. Goodbye, my dear. I shall be back quite soon. And he.
Mom, I will see you later, Mom. Bye, Mommy.
Dornian blows a kiss over to Rizelia, and she catches it. And you guys set out towards the docks. Not too far away, maybe about a 10-15 minute stroll down to the docks. You guys arrive at the gate that you guys caused that commotion just yesterday. And as you guys walk in, you kind of cut the line. As you can see, there's already a little bit of a lineup starting this early in the morning. But the Vrendo guards see you. They see Dornian, Breeze, Leif, and they wave you guys through as you easily pass through the gates. And Dornian escorts you all over to a rather large ship. And standing there is Sergeant Brick.
Sergeant.
Ah, so, here are the rest of the Mighty Ducks. Glad you all showed up. I spoke to your friends yesterday, but there seems to have been some trading ships that have been attacked and pillaged by pirates. You know, miraculously, no one's aboard these ships have been killed. Simply knocked the men out and made off with their cargo. As we discussed before, your service to the community entails you all joining alongside the crew of the ship called the Archer, captained by Lieutenant Jacob, to hunt down these pirates and protect the trading route. Upon completion of this task, you'll be granted amnesty for your violations of our laws at the customs gate. And I take it by you all being here, you are in agreement?
Agreement. We agree! We are the agreeers.
As long as you don't arrest us, we agree.
Perfect. Well, let me point you towards the ship you'll be sailing on today. And let's see here.
Oh, that's a good one.
He points to a large sailing vessel, and you can see it's actively being stocked with supplies by the many deckhands and dock workers, and some of the Vrento Guard are, gathering their equipment and heading up onto the ship. And Sergeant Brick says,
Well, I leave you in the capable hands of Lieutenant Jacob. Just board the ship there, and you'll see him directing the crewmen. Speak to him for your instructions.
Brick nods to all of you, and then he heads off in the direction of the barracks in the dockyard.
Jacob.
Well, my son, I suppose this is where I shall leave you for now. I'll promise not to disappear for 10 years this time.
I cannot promise, Father, but I will promise that I will be back as soon as possible. I cannot promise it won't be 10 years because I don't know what's going to happen out on the water.
I hope it's not 10 years. I really
I also
hope it's not.
hope this.
Well, once you finish your business with the Vrento Guard and the ship, come back and we'll help your friend Midas over there.
All right. Thank you, Father. Thank you. It is so wonderful to see you. I cannot believe that I am only to see you for like a few hours before I am dragged away again in order to save Stellaris. But have no fear. You and Mother, you'll be fine in the hands of the mighty ducks. We will conquer the pirates.
He pulls you in for a long hug.
Daddy.
And he kind of pats you on the back, and you can hear him sniffle a little bit, and he says, well, you better get going.
We gotta go now. Okay. Okay. Okay.
We'll keep him safe.
See that you do, Tsar. Bring back my boy. So as you guys climb up the wooden planks onto the deck of the Archer, you can see the hustle and bustle of the crew preparing for a voyage out to sea for who knows how long. And standing in the middle of the deck with the parchment in hand is an older man with shoulder-length salt and pepper hair, a neat and trimmed beard with an eye patch over his right eye. And you can all make out a large scar that directly lines up over his right eye. And Lieutenant Jacob approaches the party. Ah, these are our guests, it would seem. I ask that you stay on the deck for the time being as the ship and crew go through their final preparations before we set sail. He turns around and starts resuming giving directions to everyone and giving orders to his crewmen. So as you guys see the hustle and bustle, I'll give you guys like a second to just kind of RP a little bit.
Can I yell at Jacob real fast and before he turns around to be like, Jacob, what is the name of this fine vessel that we have boarded?
Oh, well, this is the Archer.
The Archer. Archer.
Yes,
Archer
we have
of Doom.
the Rental Guard have many ships in their fleet named after the various constellations in the sky.
Can I ask a question too?
Yes, of course.
How'd you get the scar?
So early in our meeting with him, you asking such a deep question, sir.
Well, I mean,
I'm
it seems so
intrigued.
cool. I want a scar. Like, how do I get a scar?
He lifts
that arranged.
he lifts up his eye
Scar.
patch, and you can see like his eyes, like basically like the scar has like sealed his eye shut. And he says, "Well, when you're out on the open sea protecting the trade routes of Stellaris, sometimes you come across some unsavory individuals. And I got this scar in one of my battles many, many years ago."
Wow. You're pretty brave.
Well, I do what I do in order to protect the citizens of Stellaris.
So you've seen, like, a lot of pirates, right?
I've seen quite a few in my day. They tried to attack the ships a little bit far out to sea, but I don't know, we always have some patrols going to and from the various ports out in the mainland. So, yes, we've come across our fair share of pirates, unfortunately.
What's the coolest pirate name you've came across?
Dread Pirate Roberts.
Well, that might be the pirate Dreadlord Samson.
Dreadlord
Samson?
Samson?
Yes, in fact, he was the one that gave me this scar.
Oh,
You know Meladrin?
I don't really know if I know him. I've heard the name before, maybe?
Check. I don't know if you're lying.
Okay, all right. I'll roll deception against your insight.
Is that okay, DM?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, okay.
I got it. I got an 8.
I got a 18.
I was not lying. I have no idea if I know this guy.
Okay.
Well, Dreadlord Samson wasn't alive for too long after he gave me this scar.
That makes a lot of sense.
Ah, you got your revenge, huh?
Indeed I did.
Pirate's revenge.
And Stellaris is ever safer for it.
So much
You're
safer.
You're like a hero.
Well, I don't like to consider myself one, I'm just doing my duty.
They should make a statue of you in the town.
No, I'm not one for theatrics.
If
But,
you ever want to be mayor of a city,
I know a really nice place in Kraknar.
Mayor of a city?
Well, I fear I think my calling is to the open sea, not so much the mountains. But
Worth a try.
if you'll excuse me, I have to finish the preparations with the crew.
Yep. You got to go get the chafing gear and, get the combing. And, of course, you have to, fix up the derrick for all the other sailing terms I know.
He turns around and he just starts looking at his parchment that he held in his hand, and he starts pointing at people, walking up to them, talking, and, he's like fastening ropes and all that fun stuff. So as you guys look around the ship, you can see it's a rather neat and tidy ship. They seem to keep a tight watch on everything. There's swabbies kind of cleaning the deck, people packing in a lot of the cargo down beneath the ship, and after not too much longer, the ship is getting ready to set sail. The large sails begin to unfurl, and they immediately catch the favorable wind. There are seagulls flying around the harbor, and there's seagulls flying all around the harbor as you all begin to take your leave. You guys can feel the ocean waves rock you back and forth, and it makes you all a little bit unsteady on your feet. The sounds of crashing water against the sides of the Archer and the whistling winds across the deck make it hard to hear things clearly, and the city of Balan quickly becomes a small dot on the horizon. And for some of you, there's a little bit of an uneasy feeling in the pit of your stomach, as this might be your very first time out to sea. But Eladrian, the sea is like a second home to you, and you feel quite comfortable.
I've climbed the mast. I'm 8 feet above, right before just the center mast, right? Just climb up a little bit, and then just kind of standing there, one arm attached, my other leg down, and have my hand over my eyebrows, looking out into the open sea, ha ha!
Some of the crewmen look and kind of, as they're doing their duties, they kind of look and kind of just shrug and laugh to themselves as they continue about their duties, watching you goof off. So as the hours pass out on the open sea, the hustle and bustle of the crew is a sight to behold. Everyone has their assigned tasks and is working on them diligently. Jacob comes up to you all and he says, would you all mind joining me in my quarters?
Well, let's go, guys. I'm ready. I hear you.
Certainly.
All right.
Avast and heave-ho!
So you all enter, following behind Jacob, into a small room. You can see that there's a single bed tucked away in the back, and there's a large table that takes up a majority of this room space. The table appears to be nailed down to the wooden floor so it doesn't waver. And there's a map on the table that's held in place by clamps, as well as an ink pot and quill. And Jacob clears his throat. I'm not exactly sure when we'll come across these pirates, but prior to departure, we learned that there is a ship heading to Stellaris from Chesenta. There are a couple of direct routes from there to Baland, and we'll hopefully encounter the pirate ship that has been responsible for these attacks. Jacob turns around and walks to a nearby shelf in the room, and he grabs some parchment and returns to the table. Sergeant Brick tells me that a few of you may know some magic of some kind. What kind of magics are you able to wield? He plucks the quill from his ink pot and awaits your answers.
The good kind?
I mean, anything specific? It's mainly so if we come into some kind of, maybe something catches fire on the ship or something like that.
Well, if something was to catch fire on this ship, we are surrounded by water, so we would just need to get a bucket.
Well, true, but if we're to come across any kind of creatures or any pirate ship, it's nice to know what kind of weaponry my crewmen are wielding.
We all channel our magic in different ways, but if you're asking if we can fight, yes, we can.
I can sing pretty good.
All right, and you see him like jotting down notes, and he looks over to you, Czar, and he says, anything particular you can do, young man?
Let me think.
He can't really
Yeah,
do
I
it,
can,
but the
like-
book can.
Yeah, I could. I know.
Mm,
No, no. Can't hear you.
Oh no.
period.
I think he turned into a cyborg.
No.
Zar droid. Oh,
Hello?
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
I don't know what
Zar,
happened.
more like Zane.
That was dumb. Yeah, I can do a couple things. I can do some fireballs. I can do things where I can make people breathe underwater, and you know, a lot of cool things.
Yeah, the underwater breathing is good.
Oh, breathing underwater, that's quite the impressive magic, young man.
Yeah, with all the water around, it's pretty handy.
I know. Yeah. Thanks.
Good one to have here.
I'm very big
I can see that.
and strong.
Well, we might have some use of your muscles on the ship.
She starts flexing to show him.
Look at these.
He has a few screws that just don't matter.
And how about you, my lady, as he looks over to you, Corey?
Well, I am a skilled mage, and I can cook.
Oh, you can cook. Well, I'm sure some of our crewmen will be quite excited to taste someone else's, other than Maurice's cooking.
Oh, and I think he isn't the best in the kitchen.
You know what? He makes hearty meals for the lads, but they get the job done, but not too much taste to them, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's a travesty. Oh yes, I'm more than happy to fix that.
And do any of you have any sailing experience?
I do. I can sail a lot. Really good sailing over here. Me, I am the sailor.
All right.
Brick.
Anyone else?
I read a couple stories. You know, I can probably transfer it.
Well,
That's-
the
that was
books in
good.
real world are quite different, young man.
You know, I'm really smart. I could probably do it. I could do anything Eladrin can do.
Oh, and
Okay.
speaking of, I have your names on the manifest here, but I think proper introductions are in order. I'm Lieutenant Jacob. I am the captain of the Archer here, and who do I have the pleasure of addressing? And he points to you first, Eladrian.
Oh, well, my name, of course, is Eladrian Breezeleaf. I know my father and my mother from the island of Stellaris. They probably made my father has made your mast here, and my mother the sails. So,
Oh yes, we rely on Dornian's craftsmanship quite a lot.
I thank you so very much. He's so very grateful for your patronage.
And how about you, young man? What is your name? Points to you, Zar.
My name is Zaratel. I'm the baby duck of the group, but also the leader.
No, he's not.
He is not the leader.
He's the baby.
And-
He is the baby, but he is not the leader.
He's kind of a baby leader.
No, he's not. He doesn't lead anything.
Maybe leader in training.
What are you talking, guys? We
What do you think
agreed on
you-
this.
I mean-
Bad ideas.
I'm not going to say no. Duck.
See, we got one vote. I'm the leader. It's
Maybe-
okay.
Baby Duck, the leader. The leading duck baby.
And
Follow him into the pond.
And what about you, good sir? Pointing over to you, Midas.
I am Midas Valdo for the Golden Loom. I am not the baby duck, nor am I the blue idiot. I'm something of a leader, but we don't really believe in those
grandpa.
terms, because everybody is. I'm not the grandpa.
He's older than God.
I'm the resident tailor of the group. All these good outfits they have on, yes, you can thank me. And yes, I will design something for you if you send me a few things. I'll send you an invoice later, don't worry about it.
What he's saying is he knows how to sew.
And how are you at repairing sails if the need arises?
I must say I don't have the most experience with it, but I'm sure I can figure it out.
Well, I'm sure you'll be of great help to our bosun if the need arises.
All those pant tailoring skills are coming into handy now, huh?
again coming in handy. Just still alive, aren't you? Anyways.
Make sure you put sassy next to his name.
Oh, yes, it's what he goes by at night.
He nods at you, just a little short nod, Zara, and he jots down something. And
Sassy Val. No.
how about you, my dear strong one? What can I address you by?
And she curtsies really, really low, and she goes, "I am Dragonista, Resident Strong Arm and Beauty."
Well, I think I have just the job for you on the crew. And what about you, my dear? What can I address you as?
Corey twirls and does a little curtsy as well, and she says, "I'm Corey Riviani. Is gourmand chef in training."
Oh, gourmand in training. Well, I'm sure you'll be able to teach Maurice a thing or two.
Maurice.
Well, thank you very much for introducing yourselves and telling me a little bit about your skills. I believe I have the perfect assignments for each of you while you're on the crew. Now, you know, of course, you're here on a specific duty to help us take care of these pirates at Sergeant Brick's request. But, you know, if you could assist us when we need it, of course, we would be most appreciative of any help that you can provide. And he'll look over to you, Eladrian, and he'll say, well, as the only one with sailing experience, Eladrian, I hope that you'll help your friends here and directing them as what needs to be done on the ship and, you know, maybe how to avoid any kind of seasickness or anything like that. I'm sure you have a trick or two.
I do. I will be the master of arms for the ducks.
Ah, perfect. Now, you, Czar, I have a task for you. Down below deck, about on the second level, our resident cooper named Adrin is currently inspecting some of the barrels that have been placed on board. If you could go down and join him, that would be greatly appreciated.
He'll do a little salute. Aye, aye, Captain.
And Corey, he looks over to you, and he says, "Corey, well, I've already talked a little bit about Maurice, but he's also down on the second level near the aft of the ship. If you could go and help him out, maybe teach him a thing or two to, you know, improve the stew that he often makes, well, I'm sure all of the crew would be quite appreciative of it."
Absolutely. And she'll go over.
Midas, with your skills, I'm sure you'd be a great help to our bosun, Claude. He's usually up on the top deck, keeping tabs on, well, pretty much everything around here, from ropes to the sails to some of the wood of the ship. If you could go speak with him, that would be greatly appreciated.
Sure.
Dragonista, I have the perfect job for you. It requires a little bit of muscle.
I'm here for you.
On the second level of the ship, you'll find our cannoneer. His name is Ticker. He's quite the wiry little fellow, so I'm sure he could use some brute strength to get the cannons prepared.
Perfect.
Beautiful. And Eladrian, if you could go find our navigator. His name is Specs.
Specs?
Yes.
I will
And
find out why.
And usually you can find him up in the crow's nest.
Nest at the very top. Okay, I'll find him, Mr. Specs.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for your help. If you need me, I will be usually in my room or on the deck.
So very glad to be at sea once again.
Well, I'm sure the sea welcomes you back.
Oh, with open waves.
All right, so, Zara, we'll start with you.
All right.
So, following the directions of Jacob, you find find your way down into the level that contains a large amount of barrels, and you can see a rather large furbolg with a pen and paper and parchment, and he's documenting some things. And he sees you approach, and he says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?"
Yeah. Are you Adrian, the Cooper?
Well, my name's Adrian, actually, but you know what? It's okay. A lot of people get it wrong.
Oh, Adrian, I'm so sorry. That won't happen again, I promise.
It's okay if it does. I'm kind of used to it.
Captain or Lieutenant Jacobs, he sent me down here to help. What am I helping with?
Well, we are in charge of making sure that none of the cargo in these barrels is tainted in any way.
Tainted? Like poisoned?
Oh, you know, like any of the food is spoiled or anything like that.
Oh, so we're doing like bookkeeping.
Yeah, I guess you can call it that. It's a quiet work, and it keeps me away from everybody, and I kind of like it.
It actually sounds kind of nice.
Well, here, you can take this. He hands you some paper, and he says, maybe you could check out those barrels over there.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
All right, and yeah, as you head over there and check out some of the barrels, you open it up, and you can see like a lot of salted fish, just things that are going to be preserved for a long voyage. And you look through the fish, you don't notice anything, off about these fish. They just have that regular fishy smell to them. And you crack open the next barrel, and you see there's different kinds of fruit in this barrel. And roll perception for me.
All right. Ooh, that's what one.
Oh, damn!
Whoa.
Perfect. All right.
So what's there?
Let's go.
So as you're inspecting the barrel, you can see that there's a couple of holes or a couple of chomps bitten out of some of the fruit.
I'll pick one up. What kind of like teeth does it look? Does it look like furball teeth?
It is not. It is not a large bite. It's rather small, like very, very tiny, multiple bites coming out of these. Some of these fruits.
With that perception check, can I tell like the animal is like what I think is like a mouse or something?
You know what? It could be. It could very well be a mouse. It looks like the bite marks kind of burrow into the fruit, though.
Ooh. I'll kind of take my mage hand out because I don't want to hold this anymore, and I'll break it open.
All right, and you crack it open, and you can see a couple of wiggly worms on the inside of the fruit.
That's not good anymore. Hey Adrian, we got some worms over here.
It's Adrian, but once again, it's okay if you call me that.
My bad, Dylan.
Found some worms, did you?
Yeah, what do we do with this?
Well, that's no good anymore, unfortunately. Is there any more fruit that's been tainted at all?
I'll look back into the barrel.
You can see like it's a few, maybe like a quarter of the fruit had these like small burrow marks into them.
Yeah, I can. There's a couple. We should probably destroy the ones that do before they get to the rest, right?
Yep, that's right. That's why my job's so important.
So do you have like a dark hole to like the dark dimension that you send these fruit?
I mean, we kind of just dump them over the side.
Yeah, I guess that works too.
But, it might be a good idea to see if Maurice can salvage any of the flesh on these things.
That's kind of gross. I don't think Maurice wants that. Corey wouldn't want that.
I think he
Well-
wants the fruit flesh, not the worm flesh.
Yeah, we don't want to eat the fruit. We don't eat the worms. Well, when you're out on the open sea, you never know when a meal might be your last, so you gotta ration everything you can.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm learning so much down here.
But let me just mark that off. What barrel number is that? And you can see on the sides are that there's numbers associated with these barrels, and it's marked number 11.
That's number 11.
Alright, number 11. Painted fruit. He writes it down.
You want me to take it up to Maurice, or is Maurice gonna come down and get it? Like,
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll bring it over to him. And you can see this Furbolg is like, he's pretty much like Drag's height, and he's like crouched down in this deck because his head would basically hit the ceiling if he stood up. I'll bring it over to him.
Are you comfortable in here? I could tell him.
Well, you know, I got a little bit of scoliosis in my back from bending over all the time, but it's okay.
I can tell. Well, we have a dragonborn about your height, and you know she gives really good, like back-breaking massages. Like, yeah, you should probably go see her later.
Is she a trained professional?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Well, if you say so.
You can trust me, Adrena.
All right. Well, let's keep on checking these barrels out. And he just very easily picks up this large barrel and just places it like over to the side. And he says, there's a couple more over there if you want to just take a peek.
Yeah, and I'll snap out anything as well and kind of turn into like a little cat, and we'll go sniffing through barrels.
Oh, I didn't know there'd be a cat on board. I love cats.
He's a magical cat. Don't worry. Hope you're not allergic.
No, not at all. I love animals.
Oh, that's good.
And anything will kind of curl up, or do the cat thing where they like rub against the leg like a pole.
My favorite thing is when they make the biscuits.
I'll tell anything to make biscuits on his foot.
Oh, that tickles.
His name is Anything, and he's a good anything, really.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow, I just realized that his name means so much more now. Damn, the world is crazy.
And I'll snap, and he'll turn into like a mockingbird.
Whoa, it's a bird now.
See what I mean? Anything.
Well, it's a magical little creature you have here.
Yeah, thanks. Do you have any magical creatures? Or what's your specialty? Is it just bookkeeping?
I'm great at keeping books. And this. And he just snaps his fingers and he goes invisible.
Oh. Akadelin, where'd you go?
It's Adrin. That's all you hear as he's invisible.
That's a cool trick.
And then he just reappears right in front of you.
You know what's funny? I had a friend just like that, but he left us a long time ago, and it kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, there's not many Furbolgs on Stellaris.
No. Will you be my friend instead?
Well, sure.
Well, you're not gonna stab me in the back and turn into an evil person, are you?
Is that what your friend did?
No, I had another friend who he was a kid, and all of a sudden he attacked us.
I don't have any knives on me.
Well, here, I have one for you.
And I'll give him the knife.
Because that's worked out well for us in the past.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, thanks. This is great. I can use this to open up the barrels easier. He just like starts prying open the lid of the barrel with the dagger.
We're gonna be great friends. Arca. Cadron. God, this is getting hard.
It's okay. You can just whatever comes naturally to you, I'll answer.
Yeah, you're really cool. I like you.
You just keep checking these barrels. I'm gonna go bring this over to Maurice.
Okay, sounds good.
And Adrian lifts up the barrel and starts walking over to the kitchen. And as that happens, Corey, you, after getting the instruction from Jacob, you head over to the direction of the kitchen. And you can see it's not the luxurious kitchens that you're used to, like in the Hideaway or Artsy Tartsy or the or the Pickled Cactus. It's really just like a small table, a big old pot, and some coals that are in a pit. And
All right.
and as you walk in, you can see a rather like portly human man with like a big old pot belly. He's got a bald head and he's got a thick brown handlebar and mustache. And he looks, he's got like the plumber's crack. He's got the whole, and a little apron on. And he looks looks pretty unsanitary.
Excuse me.
Yeah, hello?
Hi. Yes. My name is Kore, and I was sent here by your captain, because I believe you could use some help in the kitchen.
Oh, do you know your way around the kitchen?
Oh, do I? I am a gourmand in training.
Well, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah. So what are you doing here?
Well, do you have any experience cooking out on the open sea?
Not so much on the open sea, but I am a traveler and an adventurer. So I've done plenty of cooking on the road. And so I've worked in meager settings before. So I could do this, I'm sure.
And how about working with preserved foods? How are you with that?
With preserved foods? Oh, sure. Yes, I can do. I can. Look, I can make a meal out of anything.
Oh, okay. Well, we got dinner time coming up pretty soon. Actually, I'm just about to finish my my lunchtime pot right here. And you take a look at it, Corey, and roll perception for me.
All right.
It's like a simmering pot. It's like a dark, like thick, kind of viscous. It's kind of like a. It looks
I
like,
hate that.
looks like,
I
well,
hate that it's
it looks like looks like chunky soup. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I got 21.
Oh shit!
So you look and you can like identify a lot of the ingredients. You can see like the bits of like salted pork that are in there, and you can see that they might not have been washed off like the salt hasn't been washed off it completely, and you can just kind of smell that, and you kind of dip your like pinky in and taste it. You can tell it's like super salty, barely any like not too many vegetables in it and stuff like that. So I'm sure that you can improve this thing like with just a handful of ingredients that you might see in this room. And there's like an assortment of dried herbs and stuff like that. There's some other kind of spices. A lot of things that can keep for a long time are stored in this kitchen. It just happens that Maurice doesn't quite know how to, meld these ingredients perfectly together.
Oh boy. Okay. All right, Maurice. Let me see. Could you show me your if you have parsley or basil or even thyme, but parsley and basil would be preferred.
Well, yeah, let me see. I think I keep him down here, and he bends over, full plumber's crack on display, and he grabs a couple of leaves of basil and some parsley, and it's like a full the plant of parsley basically, and he hands it over to you. He says, well, here you go. What are you gonna do with that?
All right, here. I'm not just going to do. I need to show you something. So, could you hand me a knife so we can chop these these herbs?
Oh, sure thing. And he grabs the knife and he kind of does like a cool, like almost like a flare of the knife in his hands. And as you see that, you can tell his like knife skills are really highly trained. And he kind of whips it around in his hand and he like catches the blade and hands you the handle.
Wow. Oh, you did a whole performance for me. Thank you. And she like claps a little bit. She goes, something tells me you're more of a fighter than a chef.
Oh, well, you know, when push comes to shove, and he, like, as he says this, he does, like, the Chris Farley pull up his pants, big guy routine. Like, when push comes to shove, you know, I'm pretty good with a knife.
Well, it's great to be good with a knife, but the most important thing is knowing the fundamentals of cooking here. So, see, to start with, the reason I asked you to bring me these herbs is because when a stew is too salty, if you use these, it can help mask it. But preferably, you wouldn't have to do it in the first place if you started off by washing this meat here, this pork, properly. That's the reason why it has such a strong, salty taste.
But everybody loves salt. Salt's delicious.
Salt is delicious in moderation. If something's too salty, it completely takes over the meal and can ruin it. You hide all of the other flavors that make it good.
Oh, okay. I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So here, and with these herbs, you don't just throw them in. You have to do them in increments. Something that helps me. And what helped when I first started cooking is tasting things as I go, adding ingredients, adding spices and herbs gradually. And then as you taste it, you can see if it's all right or if it could use a little more to strengthen the flavor. You understand what I'm saying?
So you're telling me not to just wing it and throw a bunch of stuff in there all at the same time?
Oh heavens, no. Winging it is when you have a strong grasp of the fundamentals of cooking. You can't just wing it. It's an art, and it's a science too.
Oh well, maybe I'll pick up a thing or two from you on this voyage.
Yeah, she just goes to town, just showing him things, and she'll like gradually add a few like chopped herbs at a time, and then taste it until like the salt flavor kind of starts to go away a little bit. Like it can't fully go away. It's gonna be salty no matter what because of what this guy did, but it's at least better.
Yeah, and as you're like kind of tasting it as you go, like you're using the spoon to kind of taste like a little bit of it, and he just like kind of dips like his full pinky in and just like sucks it. Like, wow, that's pretty good.
Don't put your hand back in. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
He was like just about to, and he stopped.
Yeah. She like smacks him with her spoon, and is like, no, don't do that. No, you need to wash your hands. You need to be. Cleanliness is so important. Okay, you don't want to get people sick.
That's true. I don't want to do that. That's good idea. All right, let me go.
And you wouldn't want to eat something that somebody else's sticky little fingers all over it, right? No.
You know what? I never thought of it that way.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm here for. Here, look. She just keeps like mixing things up. She's like, you can chop up this for me. What do you have? Any other vegetable preserves at all?
Well, usually that's they keep them stored right now with the Cooper Adrin, and well, he's busy taking inventory right now. But hold on, let me take a look. And he looks around and he pulls out like a couple of carrots and onions out of in like a basket underneath the table. Says, how about these?
Yes, perfect. Okay, so what I need you to do is wash your hands and then put those knife skills to work, chopping these finely.
Oh, okay. All right, sounds good. And he just goes over to like a small, basically it's like a bucket of fresh water, and he's kind of starts cleaning off his hands, and as he's doing that, a loud kind of thud enters into the kitchen, and it's a large furbolg enters into the room, and he's carrying a barrel with him, and he goes, Hey Maurice, how's it going? Oh, hey, what's going on, Adrian? What do you got for me there? Well, the Tsar said he found some worms in these fruits here, but I think maybe you should take a look at them to see if we can use any of them still. Ugh, I hate it when worms get in these foods, you know. Try my best to... And he looks over to you, Corey, and he says, I try my best to cut around him, you know, out on the open sea. You gotta spare any kind of morsel of food that you got.
I get that. And I mean, yeah, if there are good parts to it, you can do that. But let's see how bad this is.
All right, and as you look in, Corey, kind of rolling off of Czar's perception roll, and Adrian kind of pulled up all of like the bad apples or bad fruits up to the top. So you can make out there's like a good dozen of them that are in here that have these little holes in them. And Maurice kind of grabs one. He says, I think we can cut around most of it, but let me bring these over to the table. I'll cut into them and see what we can salvage.
Yeah, so let's take a look.
All right, and so Corey, do me a favor, roll performance for me.
Come on now.
All right. Performance.
Got this.
Get them worm apples.
16.
All right. So as you and Maurice cut into these apples, you can see that there's still a lot of flesh inside the apples. They're not... they haven't like fully like hollowed out the apples or anything like that. So you kind of take a knife and peel out the areas that the worms have burrowed into, salvaging a fair amount of the flesh of these fruits still able to be used.
Perfect. Oh yes, there's still quite a lot here that can be used.
Oh, definitely, and you know, we gotta make sure we keep these fruits because. You know, we don't want the men getting sick or anything. Sometimes if you go without fruits for a long time, something bad happens to their teeth.
Oh, I think I've heard of the scurvy.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's what it's called, scurvy. Yeah.
Oh, yes. No, we don't want that at all. But yeah, we could use this as well. A little bit might even help bring a sweet quality to the stew here. And could you fetch me a little bit of water as well to try and thin it out?
What's wrong with it? You don't like it thick like that?
Oh, heavens no. Look at this. It's so goopy. Stew should not be goopy.
Alright, and just checking, you definitely don't want me to use the water that I just washed my hands in to put in that stew.
Oh, no.
See, I'm learning. I'm learning. Let me go.
Clean. That is if you take nothing else from my free lesson, it is that you clean everything. Constantly.
As soon as you start raising your voice, you see Adrian just kind of like slowly back out and go invisible. It's like he does not do well with like being antagonized.
Confrontation.
Yeah, he's not well with confrontation. He's like gone. and then
Corey doesn't even notice at first, and then she's like, "Oh, wait, where did your friend go?"
Oh, he probably went back to counting the barrels. Well, I'll go grab. Speaking of him, he probably has got the fresh water barrel, so I'm gonna go grab some of that and I'll bring it back, and we'll label it water for cooking.
Yes, you need water for cooking, and then you need water for cleaning, and you do not mix the two, ever.
All right. So I'm learning all these tricks of the trade from a real live gourmand. Oh, the men are gonna be so surprised today.
It shouldn't take a gourmand to teach you I mean, yes. Now go on.
and you see him kind of waddle out the door. And you continue to kind of add herbs and bits of these fruits into the stew, and it's starting to look pretty appetizing now that you've put your finishing touches on it. And as that happens, Midas, go over to you. So up on the top deck, after you are dismissed from Jacob's quarters, you see a dwarven man with a short, rather military-style haircut, and his beard is very well maintained, and it stands about like down to his pecs. Basically, it's not like the traditional long dwarven beard down to like the gut. Looks like he keeps it trim and proper, and you can see him basically organizing his tool belt on a table up on the top deck.
Hello.
Hello, what can I do for you?
I think I'm supposed to help you. They was handing out chores, so you might need some help.
Oh, are you one of those guys doing the community service?
Something like that, yes. Midas Valdo for the Golden Loom.
My name's Claude. How's it going? And he grabs your hand and gives you a nice, like, firm squeeze. And just, obviously, he squeezes your good hand, and you can feel, like, a very rough, like, calloused hands basically squeezing you back. Like, you can tell just from this brief handshake, like, this guy is a craftsman.
That is a handshake you have on you.
Well, you know, I kind of don't have, I barely have feeling in them anymore, let me tell you. Working with wood and all that kind of stuff out here on the open ocean.
You should probably take better care of your hands, especially if you are a craftsman. Once you don't have them anymore, well, you know.
I hit my my fingers with a hammer a time or two when I was training, and well, let's just say I don't do that anymore. Now, you got a nice fancy attire on, and looks like you come from a little bit of money. I assume you haven't really been on a ship before?
Yes, no. I normally keep my feet, on the mainland, preferably in my studio. But these couple of weeks have shown me I don't really have a choice in the matter sometimes.
Yeah, I get you. I kind of got drafted into this position myself.
What were you doing before this?
Well, preferably, I was up in Kraknar before. I was helping out at a couple of blacksmith shops up there. A little bit, kind of worked in the mines for a little while, stuff like that.
Oh, I've visited. I've seen some of the blacksmiths. They do some great work.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got a fair amount of dwarves up there, and I'm sure you know dwarves do a pretty thing or two with some weaponry.
Yes. So what is it I can help you with? Not to be a bother, but.
Oh no, not a problem. You know what? Actually, not too long after we set sail, we had a couple of bird strikes against the sail. And he kind of points up, and you can see at a couple of areas on the sail, it's basically like holes that have been pierced through by birds.
Bird strikes?
Yeah, sometimes when we're setting sail, birds can be dumb, and they kind of just run into the sail, and sometimes they got sharp beaks, and they kind of claw right through it. And, given the aerodynamics of things, if the sail has holes in it, it kind of slows the ship down.
Yes, of course.
So that's what our job is. We're gonna head on up there and repair some of these holes in there. Now, you got any tools with you?
Yes, I do.
All right, perfect. All right, we're probably gonna need some. You got any like thick needles? Because I got some like leather string that I fastened over here that we're going to use to repair the sails.
It's kind of crazy. You don't even recognize me or my work. Yes, I have thick needles. I have thin needles. I have any tool you can imagine.
Like,
The tailors of the Golden Loom are always prepared. Trust me.
oh yeah, golden loom. I thought you'd be used to just making fine dresses and stuff like that.
I've dabbled in other things, armor, jewelry, not just clothes.
Kind of like that fancy armor you're wearing right now.
Exactly. This is a Midas original. Yes, yes.
And you see Claude kind of just like circle around you, like lifts up the cape to inspect like the back of your armor and stuff like that. And he says, "You did this all yourself?"
And did.
Well, this is some fine craftsmanship.
I know.
Well, my opinion, you just went up a couple of notches.
As it should. As it should. Now, you were saying, bird strikes, nasty holes, thick needles.
Yeah, yeah. And how do you feel about heights?
I jumped down a mountain once, so I figured I can climb up this mast and be fine.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. All right, so what we're gonna do is I got the leather twine here, and I'm gonna head on up to the top. You'll follow me. We're gonna climb up the center mast here, and we're gonna fasten ourselves with some rope to the mast, and we're gonna kind of rappel down and grab hold of the sail and patch it up.
Sounds good.
All right,
Luck.
so,
Midas.
all right, and he grabs some rather like thick, billowy cloth, and he says, sometimes it can be hard to directly close up the hole. So what we do is sometimes we throw this patch over top of it and sew it in place, covering the hole. So I think that's what we.
Question.
Yeah, of course.
Do none of y'all dabble in magic here?
I mean, I think Arden can do some pretty cool stuff. Like, I've seen him go invisible before, but he doesn't like to show off too much.
Interesting. I was just curious because, a lot of this manual labor can just be easily rectified by a spell or two.
I mean, not everyone's blessed with magic, unfortunately. Sometimes we gotta get our hands dirty.
Well, I mean, who am I to talk? You're the one with the coldest hands. So whatever.
All right, well, let's head on up and get this patched, and then we can, take a break for a little while. All right, and Claude has you follow him up the mast, and there's like, it's almost like metal spikes kind of inserted on the side of the mast in order to climb up it, kind of like you might see on like a telephone pole or something like that. And getting to the top of the mast, you see him fasten himself with some rope around his waist and tie it to the center mast. And he hands you a length of rope, and he invites you to do the same.
This is something. He begins to tie it, make it so the knot is nice and good.
Like, well, if you got a better way to repair the mast, you let me know. And you see him just kind of start rappelling off he kind of walks out along the top of the sail and jumps, kind of rappelling himself down as he kind of just slams face first into the sail. But of course it's soft and comfortable, so he just kind of like slides down it until he gets to the spot where the sail is torn, and he pulls out some of his leather twine, this large patch, and he starts kind of putting it in place and sewing it together.
Oh my god, no sense of decorum. Midas is gonna try to like get down to where he is as well, not at least trying not to slam into the sails because he has a little bit of coof.
All right.
So that way he can reach the hole as well.
Roll acrobatics for me.
To see what happens, y'all.
Oh, now.
You got this.
Believe in yourself.
Oh.
I watched that 15 roll over, and a part of me died. I was like,
Oh. No.
So you get ready to jump off with all the confidence in the world, and as you start rappelling down, the line doesn't like go taunt as you might expect. It takes a little bit longer for it to go taunt, so you kind of panic a little bit and you pull, and it grabs a hold and it just like swings you into the sail, and it kind of ripples and messes with Claude's work a little bit. He's like, hey, yeah, be careful coming down these things.
Sorry, we don't have a lot of this at the Golden Loom. Nobody else saw that, right?
No, thankfully it's just me. That's how you embarrass yourself.
I didn't embarrass myself. I was just seeing how soft the sails actually were.
And what do you think?
Yeah, move aside.
All right. There you go.
Well, whenever y'all have the time and maybe the money, I would go for a more lighter material. I feel like if I rub my face against this, I'm gonna have scratches all over it. So it's a bit rough. And when's the last time you? Doesn't matter. Midas is gonna reach into his boot and whip out one of his tailor tools. And then he's gonna do a couple of stretches, maybe exaggerate them though, kind of a lot of back stretches. Let's see what we got here.
All right, go ahead and make a tools check. So D20 plus proficiency, your proficiency bonus, and let's add your dexterity to it because you're working pretty nimbly here.
Working
Yeah.
9 to 5.
So +4 to that. It's 18.
Awesome. So yeah, you describe how you're doing it.
Yeah. So Midas is gonna actually channel his magic into his tool, and as he pierces the sail, he's gonna cast Mending, so that way the material is still the same as it begins to repair itself. Angel gets to start just kind of pulling it closer with his needle, so that way they kind of just connect magically.
And Claude is just kind of jaw dropped, watching you deftly work at repairing this sail. And he as soon as you finish, he looks over to you. It's like, oh my goodness, that was amazing.
I know. And look, no calluses. My hand, fine.
And he kind of just Claude traces his hand over the patchwork that you did, and he's like, feels like it's part of the same material.
Exactly. We don't do patchwork. That is very. That was in the last 3 years. We're supposed to be elevating ourselves. Where's the next hole?
It's a little bit down further, and as you guys continue to work very diligently, we'll go over to Dragonista.
So Drag
Go ahead.
gets a little lost and just keeps asking people, "Where's Tinker?"
All right, and people will keep pointing you a little bit down. They tell you down the second level, more on the starboard side.
And she'll nod like she knows what she's doing, and she'll go downstairs and she'll go to the port side instead.
And as you get there, you continue to ask for Tinker. He's they're like, he's down that way. And they point
So
you.
she just keeps following until she finds him.
And you come into an area that has many cannons that are at the ready, and you can see in this area there's a few crewmen kind of loading, getting cannonballs sorted and ready. And in the middle, you can see a small gnome with kind of like burnt wisps of hair. It's almost like a troll doll hairstyle. And he's got really thick like glasses. He's got like soot all over his face. He's wearing some like tattered, singed clothing. And he looks over to you and says, "Wow, you're a big one."
Well, thank you.
So did,
I was told to come help.
oh, the captain sent you down here?
Yep.
Well, I am assuming you got some muscles to go along with that body.
And she strikes a pose with her muscles out, and she goes, "Just a little."
Amazing. Okay, so I'm Tinker. I run the cannons around here. And we gotta get these all ready and set just in case those pirates, you know, try to get one over on us.
Well, I'm Drag, and what do you want me to do?
Well, Drag, what I would love for you to do is, you know, help me, well, maybe not me, I'm not too strong, but help some of the crewmen here push these cannons into place and tie them down with chains. That way, if the boat gets a rocking, they're not gonna slide all over the place.
Going knocking.
Exactly.
I gotcha. So Drag walks up and she tries to push 2.
All right, roll athletics check.
Got it.
Roll
wow.
Arcana.
My finger messed up. Dang it, we should have gone with the other one.
So you try to push 2, but unfortunately they budge a little bit, but they don't go where they're supposed to go. And Tinker goes, "Are you just trying to show off, or you messing with me?"
Well, I didn't know how heavy they were going to be. And so she just goes to pushing 1. She hopes she can do it this time.
All right, roll athletics again.
Okay.
So as you go and try to push it, there's been some, so on this level, there's like the holes for the cannons to basically stick out of. And so sometimes water from the waves will crash into this area. And as you're trying to push it, you aren't able to get a good footing. You're kind of slipping and sliding a little bit as you're trying to push this thing. And he goes, okay, let Jeremy get over here and help Drag get this cannon in place.
I'm just not used to being on a boat.
That's okay. I'm not judging. I get it. You gotta get your sea legs. And a crewman comes over, and the two of you together are able to push the cannon into place. And you see Tinker kind of wrap the chain around the cannon and around the base that has wheels on it, and locks it into place. And he says, "All right, 1 down, about 7 more to go."
Okay.
And he says, "Have you ever seen what these cannons can do?"
No.
Oh, well, let me tell you, there's nothing like standing next to a cannon when it goes kaboom.
Oh, I do like kabooms.
Oh, and there's nothing like this kind of kaboom. When it goes kaboom, you just feel it all through your bones.
Well, that sounds like fun. I hope the pirates come soon then.
Well, maybe not too soon, but I'm with you. I can't wait to fire one of my babies. And he looks over to you, Dragon, and says, "Would you mind grabbing the barrel over there? I think you got enough muscle to pick it up."
You got it. And she walks over to the barrel and crouches really low and tries really hard this time.
You're able to pick it up.
Yes!
You got your sea legs now, and you bring the barrel over, And
she's got this like really huge smile, like I've done it.
you bring it over to Tinker, and he goes, "You mind cracking it open for me?"
She like rips one of the planks of wood off of it, like off the top.
Perfect. And as you rip a plank off the top, you can see inside the barrel, and you can see probably about like a baseball, or just under the size of like a baseball worth of a chunk of corsine.
Hmm.
And it's
What is this?
He goes, "Oh, you've never seen these before?"
Nope.
Well, this right here is called corsine. It's native to Stellaris.
Oh.
And let's just say, these little babies right here are what give my cannons the oomph that they need.
I like it.
Here,
Do we have more of this somewhere?
Oh yeah, old Adrin's got a whole barrel full of, up in the where we got all our barrels in storage. But let me show you how it works. And you can see the giddy anticipation in Tinker's eyes as he plucks a gem of corsine, and he opens up the back of one of the cannons and loads it in place at the end, and he closes the lid. And he goes, now Drake, grab one of those cannonballs over there. And the cannonballs are probably like the size of like a softball, but they got some heavy weight to them.
Okay, she picks one up.
All right, now put it in the cannon, right at the front there.
So she loads the cannon up.
All right, you ready for the fireworks?
Yes, I am.
All right, and you know what? You can do the honors. And he grabs like a little bit of like a flint with a match. And there's a small like wick at the base of the cannon. And he says, let's just make sure everything's ready. And you hear Tinker yell out, "Fire in the hole!"
And she lights it.
All the crewmen kind of duck and cover their ears as a loud thunderous boom of the cannon blasts out as the cannon kind of rocks back and the chain catches it before it flies across the room. And a big puff of smoke kind of fills the inside of the ship a little bit, but then gets quickly funneled out of the ship through the cannon hole, the little window there. And he goes, "Ooh-wee! Isn't that great?"
That was fun.
Oh, I love the smell of cannon fire in the morning. So,
It's new to me, but I like it too.
Yeah, and the good thing about this corsine is that it's got many, many uses in it.
Oh.
So one of these chunks of corsine is good for about like 5 shots of this cannon. It's perfect.
Very convenient.
Well, now we got about 7 more cannons to get prepped and ready, so let's get to it.
Okay, and she points to the next one with the other dude and gets on one side and starts pushing.
And as you get all that prepped and ready to go, we'll cut over to you, Eladrian.
All right.
So, after leaving Captain Jacob's room, you head on up to the crow's nest.
Crow's nest. Of course. To find the specs.
Yes, and as you climb up to the very, very top, and you climb up and you hop into the crow's nest, you see a halfling there with a spyglass and some very, very thick eyeglasses. Like they are thick bottle glass glasses. It makes his eyes look gigantic. He's once again, he's a halfling. He's got like fiery red hair, and you can see he's carrying a satchel with various charts stored in them. They're kind of like almost fallen out, basically, but they're being held in there by some kind of thread or something like that.
Cool. So as I come up to the top and see him, right, I kind of like peer over the crow's nest from the side in order to see him, and then I'll like make like a giant leap from like swing down and up and over and land inside of it and be like, hello. I presume, from what is on your face, that you are the one that they are be calling Specs.
And with that big landing that you make, it startles him, and he kind of like leaps up a little bit, and some of the charts fall out of his satchel, and he immediately just gets on the ground and starts collecting them and shoving them back into his bag. He goes, oh, yeah, that's me. I'm Specs.
Help, I'm sorry. I did not mean to scare you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I wasn't expecting anybody.
It's okay. So I am told to come in to find you in order to be helping with the navigation of the ship, because I am, Eladrian Priestleaf, previously of the Tyrantania, under Captain Wendina. Maybe you have heard of them. I don't know. But I am here now to be able to help you with the navigation, the pointing of the ship in the right direction.
Okay, so you've been on a ship before then. That's good. We don't usually,
yes.
It's usually a lot of people don't have too much experience out on the open sea.
So much experience. I am an old sea dog.
Well, that is great. So you must know how to navigate then.
A little bit. You gave me a compass, and I will be able to send us all the way from here to whatever another place around here is called.
Well, I mean, we got quite a few days before we hit any other kind of solid land, and that's basically we're hitting the main continent by the time we make landfall.
Okay.
Hopefully we find the pirates before then, but usually we like to navigate by the position of the sun and the stars at nighttime. We haven't been too far out of Balin, so I think we're heading in the right direction so far. And he pulls out like a little compass there and looks around. It's like, yep, we're heading due east, exactly where we need to go.
Do you have a sextant to see the stars, and so that we can know that we are going in the correct way at nighttime?
He gives like a huge like snort. He goes, a sextant? Of course I have a sextant.
Good. All right. Then I think that we are going to be okay when it comes to being able to understand which way to go and when to go that way.
Yeah, exactly. Now you came here with a few friends, right?
Several of them. Yes, we are the Mighty Ducks.
I can't say I've heard of you, but I've been on the sea for a couple of months now, so.
Oh, a couple of months you've been on the sea.
Yeah, we don't usually make a landfall for too long, so sometimes news doesn't reach us.
What were you doing before you were on the sea? Were you, living a life of splendor?
Splendor? No, I was mostly reading books. Navigation books mainly. How to draw maps, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, you are a map drawer? You can make the maps also?
Yeah, it's called the cartographer.
Yeah, that's the one. The cartographer.
Well, trust me, you need to know where you're going when you're out on the open sea. People underestimate my job, but it's very important.
Very important, yes. If it was not for people like you and me helping navigate, then they would be lost. They have nowhere to go. They would not know which way is north, the south, the west, or the east. They would not know.
Exactly. And as you two are talking, Eladrin, you can see a dwarf and Midas are climbing up to the top of the mast. So your crow's nest is a little bit above basically the sail where it's tied to, and you notice Midas kind of taking that leap and kind of fumbling into the sail from up above.
Midas, you can make it. Don't.
He doesn't. He doesn't hear you.
He's what is he doing?
He's repairing the sail.
Oh, he's still down there. Okay, but you already did. So this is like in tandem as it happened earlier. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Now the Midas, you are doing the thing. You are up here sewing the ship. You're taking after my mother. I know that he hears none of this, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's just doing his thing.
Eladrian though thinks that Midas hears this, and I'm like, he's taking after me. You're taking after my mother, and he thinks that like that was a huge compliment, and he thinks that he's taking it well because he hasn't obviously reputed anything that I've said, so it works out well for Eladrian.
And he says, "Well, if you're a man of the sea, then I think you can help me a little bit here. I'm just trying to chart our course here. So maybe if you can." Sounds like you're pretty familiar with a sextant, so here, you hold on to this, and he gives you a sextant, and he takes out a spyglass, and he wants you to basically measure like the sun to the horizon and stuff like that.
All right, so we're going to use the parallel rules in order to be able to do this, right? We're going to make sure that it's safe from here to there, okay? Because I'm going to use your map. What is our heading?
He whips out his compass and he says, "Well, we're heading east."
Okay, yeah, that'll work. East, good. Okay, then in a course, I have plotted a course.
All right, perfect. And I'm gonna have you roll. Let me see here. What's a good thing for you to roll in this situation? Let me see. Yeah, let's roll survival.
Yeah, survival? I'm making a map. Oh my, it's 17.
All right, perfect. So you and Specs are able to make quite the detailed map. Specs is quite happy with the direction that you've given him while you're up and above here. And
you're quite skilled in the making of these maps.
Well, I've been doing it for years.
It shows in your work. You do it effortlessly. It does not even take a thought.
Well, it's good to know that there's other people that appreciate the work that I do.
Absolutely. Yes. I'm sure that everyone appreciates it. They just have difficulty saying it.
I mean, the only one that really shows appreciation is the captain.
Well, if it was not for you, the sailors would not be able to get where they're going either. So I'm sure that they appreciate. Maybe we'll have to get them together and have to throw you a party. See if we can have. Maybe they can bake you a cake here on the ship.
I wouldn't really trust Maurice to make me a cake.
You don't think he is maybe one of my compatriots? Corey is the best chef in all of Stellaris, so she may be able to whip up something in order to be able to make like a cake or a pie or like a like a turnover or a cookie or something like that. I don't know. She's not here right now. I don't know what she could make. She's a whiz in the kitchen.
I just don't think we have the right equipment for that kind of stuff.
You never know. We will see. I will talk to her.
Well, I'm glad that. Well, you know what? I'm glad that there's someone else that I can rely on, in case to keep a lookout.
Of course, I will be up here and using my eyes to look all the way across the water to the horizon until I see something that where it's not supposed to be, where it is being.
And as you guys kind of continue to talk, you go over some stories of your sailing days and such and such. And as you guys continue to work on the various duties assigned to you by Lieutenant Jacob, night quickly approaches, and you guys look out to the horizon as the sun begins to set in the east. There's bright stars above you, and they twinkle even brighter out here on the ocean. The winds died down, and Jacob orders the sails to be pulled up and to drop anchor for the night. As the crew kind of starts to unwind, there's a very small skeleton crew standing guard on the top deck, and many people head down into the crew quarters, and they all invite you to do the same. the crew quarters are on the lowest level of the ship, and there's a couple of bunk beds and a few hammocks that are available to sleep in. There's some sparse tables strewn about, and the crew quarters have like a very tight but cozy feel to them. And you can see that some of the crewmen are playing card games, and some are gambling as well. And you can hear them playing the game called Hand of Fate. So you guys are in the crew quarters currently, just kind of unwinding, watching the crew do their thing, and you see them, I see a couple of groups of men and playing this card game. What do you guys want to do?
I want to understand what this card game is.
All right.
Can I play?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, for sure. If you guys want to play, yeah, come on in.
I don't know if we should jump right in or we should learn the rules. Fuck it. Let's just go.
Is there any way you could teach us first?
Oh yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay.
So
Good idea,
basically,
man.
the game Hand of Fate, it's kind of like Texas Hold'em. So all you guys will roll a d12,
Okay.
and keep that roll to yourself. So try to make it a private roll,
Okay.
and then we'll show it after. But we're gonna make it a private roll. So you roll a d12, and then there will be then I'll roll a d12, which is a community dice. So basically, you're gonna add your roll to that roll, and like, you know, in between, kind of like how Texas Hold'em is, there'll be chances to bet, raise, call, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then there'll be a second community die that gets rolled, another d12, and once again, bet, call, fold, whatever you want to do. And then after that second die is rolled, you know, then it's show them what you got. And then the highest collective dice wins, so the highest number wins.
And the highest possible is a 36.
Yeah.
I'm in. And the fate we shall play this game.
All right, perfect. Well, the buy-in is about 15 gold.
15 gold. What is this? You're trying to fleece me?
We all put in 15 gold.
Oh, okay. And that's fine then.
I mean, okay. And
Midas.
Midas is gonna put 15 gold down. Zor, no.
Well, you see, I used all that gold to learn a spell for us, and I don't have any anymore.
Are we using that spell right now?
I was gonna cast it on you, yeah.
Are we
Don't
using it
have
right as we speak?
I can do it, yeah.
You don't
And how's
have...
that gonna help us?
Well, just so you don't drown.
I'm not drowning now.
Yeah, but just in case you do.
Yeah, so no.
But
So-
I don't have any money. Okay.
I got...
Drag
I got
offers come to Czar.
You sure?
you. Kind
Yeah,
gesture.
yeah. You play for me right now.
Okay. I'll win everything for you.
I believe in you.
All right.
Is he playing for you, or are you paying for him to play also?
He's playing for me.
So no money for you, Czar, if you win.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I just want to play.
I just want to play.
I want to play a game.
We're kind of here to have a good time.
All right, so so let's have you guys roll a d12 and roll it to yourself. Roll it to
Private.
yourself.
Can we do it with real dice?
No, you cheated.
I'm not gonna cheat.
I
I
mean,
can't
you
win
can,
anyways.
you can
How do you-
also do it.
See, I don't know how to do that because last time I did it wrong.
So,
So
do you
you-
want us to make it to the DM then? Is that way you see it?
No, because I think you
Okay.
could show it afterwards, right?
I think you
I don't
can.
think so. I rolled earlier to myself, and I don't know how to make it visible to y'all.
All right. Well, then let's have you guys roll to me then. You guys will be playing against each other and this one guy. That's me.
Well, that's unfortunate. My other role was mucho bettero.
Yeah, we do a practice roll just to make sure it's right. Okay, did you just get that? Did everyone see that?
I see
Didn't.
yours. I see it, Zar.
I didn't
Okay,
see
you
your
saw,
11.
you saw my D6. Okay, cool. I'll roll the D12 now. Okay.
All right.
Seems like that's the wrong guy. Oh,
It was the wrong guy.
I was just double checking.
yeah, he's like, here's a practice.
Yeah, I was just making sure because last time I did it, it didn't roll to you.
All right, perfect. I'm writing stuff down as I go.
With the lowest one that wins, okay?
All right. Okay, so the guy that invited you all to play and taught you how to play, he goes and he before the next die is rolled, he says, "I'm gonna raise another 5 gold pieces."
5 more?
Yep. So right now you put in 20. He's got 20 gold pieces total so far. And it goes over to you, Midas. What do you want to do? You want to call him? You want to raise him? Do you want to fold?
Midas is gonna raise it.
Oh.
Also 5.
So it's up to, you're going to go up to 25 total?
Yes.
All right. All right. Zara, what are you doing?
Sandy.
Drag, I don't have any monies.
Drag goes in the money.
Calls.
Yeah, we'll call.
That's what it's called.
All right.
Throw in the money.
So you match Midas's bid there. And Aladrin, what are you doing?
I am going to also call and give a total of 25.
All right. Perfect. And the guy you're playing with, you'll add in that extra 5 there. All right.
Corey, are you not playing? Corey's not playing?
No, I'm good just watching.
Okay, fine.
All right. And now
I feel bad taking
I
their
want
money
to see
anyway.
Midas I mean,
Whoa.
so there's the community die.
Got it.
All right. All right. The guy looks at his cards and he says, "I'm gonna throw in another 10 gold pieces. He's up to 35."
Drag hands it over to Czar. Whatever you think. Whatever you think.
God damn.
oh my god.
You have to take my money.
Hey, Fry.
You know, Drag. I think we might have to call this one. And you're out 25 gold.
Oh darn, it's okay. We had fun.
Yeah. Bad hand.
Yeah. I'll pay you back. I promise.
You don't have to.
No, don't worry. I will.
All right, Midas, what are you doing?
He's also gonna raise another 5 gold.
All right, so you got 40 total.
Yes.
All right. Zar, are you folded?
I'm folding, and as I fold, I'm gonna go sit crisscross applesauce. I'm gonna open the book, and I'm gonna start ritually casting water breathing to prove
Nice.
to Midas that I am using it on him right now.
Aladrin, what are you gonna do?
I will see your 15, and I will raise you another 15.
Dang,
15
55?
10 from him, 10 from him, and 5 from me.
All right, so you're at 55. All right,
Shrifty Schwave.
this guy, he's
55.
looking at you, Aladrin, and he's like, "Ugh, I'm gonna have to fold."
It's unfortunate, my friend.
Midas, what are you gonna do?
Mm.
He's got 15 gold on you.
He's Midas is gonna call it. He's not gonna raise anymore.
All right.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right. Last little die here.
Confident move, my friend.
5.
It helped me a lot.
All right, Midas, it's on you right now. It's you and Eladrian.
Also, if you have a multiple of 5, it's worth double points. Just thought I'd point that out. It's a new rule.
Minus is gonna raise another 5 gold.
Dun dun dun.
You raise
Alright.
5 to me. I see your 5, and I raise you 15.
All right, Eladrian's sitting in there with a 70 gold piece pot bet.
75.
Oh, 75. All right.
I'm just gonna keep going back and forth.
You want to go higher again? You want to say you are a better numberman than me?
So it's minus again.
It's just you and me, my friend. We are.
Oh.
It is mano y mano, man to man. Just you and me and the dice.
I'm
The
going.
real question is, do you think you could beat Eladrian Minus?
Yes, and I'm gonna call it.
Do you think? Oh, you're calling it? You're not
Right.
going to just push it up a little bit more? Don't have the cojones?
I'm just not sure you have enough gold for that.
I guess it'd be up to you to find out, then, wouldn't it?
All right.
I see you, chicken. Minus the chicken. Minus the chicken.
Mom?
Minus. Who's turned into it? You were once a chicken, you are still part chicken.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wasn't he a chicken once?
No.
Could have
All
sworn
right.
you were a chicken.
So you both reveal your cards. I'm trying to think how I can do this, but what are you gonna say?
I was just gonna tell him what I rolled, but I guess since you are first in the betting order, you are supposed to tell me.
Okay. Midas is gonna put his cards down. The first roll that he made was an 11.
Ooh.
The first roll that Eladrian made was a 9.
Hmm.
So I lost.
It really does come down to that first roll, basically.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, like it's the only one that matters.
Midas smirks at Eladrian and then leans back in his chair.
Yes. Okay. You want to play again?
Pay up.
Okay. Take my money.
So yeah, you get the pot of excluding your own 75 that you put in, Midas. You get 135 gold pieces.
Boom, baby. Way to
Thank
go.
Hey, Midas, can I have some money?
That was good, boys. Eladrian,
You
nice try.
want to play again?
No. Do you even have enough money to play again?
You want to go double or nothing?
Oh, shit.
No.
Oh my god.
Chicken. You are a sea
Midas is
chicken.
gonna roll his eye.
Chicken of the ocean. You are like a tuna. Chicken of the sea.
Yeah. Why don't you go play with Zar over there? He needs to practice anyways.
That's your new name while we're on the boat. Tuna. Chicken
I'm
of the sea.
sorry, I can't hear you. Broke
You are
people
the chicken of the
in 1
sea,
year-
Mr. Tuna. You are a tuna. You are chicken. You are yellow-bellied tuna. Chicken, see?
Zar, do you know a silence spell?
And now you can breathe like a tuna. And I'll touch him and you can breathe water.
Now you can breathe like a tuna! Oh my god! You are part tuna now. You sea chicken.
Midas is gonna just put his head in his hands. Why? Hey, do I surround myself with y'all?
You know what a sea chicken sounds like underwater? That's what it's.
Blub, blub, blub.
Do not encourage this.
Sea chicken is like a cousin to the duck. But it's not. What? DM, stop me, please.
Please.
I think I'm losing brain cells.
Alright, and the crewman that lost the hand is like, beginner's luck, I see. Well, there goes.
Sure, you can call it that.
There goes my salary for a little while. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go head to bed, I guess. And he
How much did homeboy lose?
35 gold.
All right, I slide him 35 gold under the table. Be like, it's okay. We just came in. It's okay. You take this. It was fun.
A look of like instant relief comes over his face. He's like, "Whew, don't have to explain that to the wife now."
Yeah, the wife is on the boat with you?
No, she's at home in Balland.
Oh, good. Okay, that would be weird.
He goes, "Oh well, it's probably time to hit the hay because we're probably gonna have to be up and early and back to work on the ship."
Crack of dawn, as the sun rises.
And he goes, "Oh well, I mean, there's probably a few bunks left around, or a hammock if you're so inclined. Best find a nice spot before people start snoring."
Oh, good idea. Midas, he snores the worst.
I do not snore. I
How do you know?
barely even sleep.
How do you know
I
that?
don't sleep,
You're asleep. You don't know if you snore.
but I don't sleep.
Well, when you do, you snore.
But that's not. Okay.
See,
Whatever
he
you
does.
say.
He said okay. Okay, he's not.
Keep talking, and you can just sleep on the floor.
I will go find a hammock on the deck. If anything, I will go wrap myself in the sails, in the furled sails. I'll go upstairs and climb the mast and tuck myself in right there. And
Please do not. We just repaired
air.
them.
What's... Do you forget who I am?
Sally.
The son of the greatest sail maker in the history of the world.
Uh-huh.
I've repaired. Anyway, it's okay. I'll just. Good night. Good night.
And as you guys are, or let's say before you guys are getting ready to go to bed, totally glanced over the fact that they had to eat the food that Corey had prepared. So, as the dinner time came around, everybody was absolutely shocked that Maurice would produce something of this fine quality. And it didn't take long for word to get around that this is definitely not Maurice's cooking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is the work of somebody else. And Corey, people start to find out that it was you that did all that cooking, and you kind of become a little bit of an instant celebrity on the ship.
I love it.
Just because everyone's like, "Oh, thank the gods that you came on this ship, because I don't know if I could have survived another voyage with Maurice's cooking."
Well, it's all in a day's work. He seemed to have been very appreciative of my all of my guidance. So I my hope is that even after I leave the ship, the things will get much better as far as meals go.
Oh well, let's hope he learns a thing or two from you. And everyone
You know,
just like,
he really is skilled with a knife, I must say.
"Oh, yeah, he's definitely skilled with a knife. I've seen him use it on some pirates a time or two, but the cooking skills leave something to be desired."
Yeah, that's a very polite way. But hey, I mean, he's learning and he wants to learn. So there's that.
Yeah, I guess there is that. But please, make sure you maybe like write stuff down for him so he doesn't forget.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, and as you guys kind of start winding down for the night, a little bit, probably more tired than you guys would have expected, just because of the hard manual labor of the day. You guys find some bunks. Drag, you're a little bit big for a lot of these bunks, so your like feet are straight up hanging over the bunks. And as you guys are kind of starting to settle in, Midas, you're counting your coins, and as you mentioned, you're not you don't really need to sleep for too long. So you're kind of counting the coins that you had won, and these coins make you feel good. You love counting your money, and something. And you know what else would feel really good? A Constitution saving throw.
Oh God!
At disadvantage because
disadvantage.
Yeah, you're carrying too much money.
You passed the last time.
Or that.
I'll make it harder.
DC.
Oh my God.
Damn. Well, folks.
Now
Real.
you are in the middle of a very crowded area. How do you want to go about this? Because you are desperate. You are needing a hit.
DC just increased by 2.
Well, so
Whale.
I know it's crowded, but like, is people like about to go to bed? Like, what's the vibe?
At this point, like it's probably been like people have settled in to sleep for like probably like an hour or so now, because you know you only need to sleep for 4 hours, so you're like, I'm not tired yet. I'll just stay up, count my money.
So Midas is the only one up.
Yeah, you know, you might see some people like you're not 100% sure if they're asleep yet. Like they're kind of just like tossing and turning a little bit.
We're not asleep.
Cool.
We see Midas.
Well, laying down wherever he is. I'm assuming he's laying down. We gonna say that. But shut up. He's gonna kind of like lift his head up a little bit, look around just to see if like who's paying too much attention, who's off in their own world. And after he lays his head back down, he's going to caress that damn serpent coil and activate it.
That sweet, sweet drug goes right.
I don't want to go that far.
It goes right into your hand and pulses through as you assume that ghostly form and kind of start floating up and up and up, and you kind of like pass through the bunk above you. You just kind of float right through the person. They don't spur or like wake up at all. You just kind of float right through them as you're just kind of engulfed in the euphoria of the serpent's coil, and you continue to float up, and you're up in above in like the top deck basically.
Yes.
Just kind of floating in your ghostly form, and some of the crew that are up top see this spectral form float up, and they get immediately spooked and scared and start running downstairs, and at the sound of their screams of terror, you wake up out of your euphoria. And you're kind of just like floating maybe like 5 to 7 feet above the deck. But now you're back to your senses. So what do you want to do?
Did it look like they also have to go like get assistance or get support? Or are they just running in fear?
They're like running down like the narrow stairway down into the ship, and they're yelling like ghost. Ghost! Ghost!
Midas is gonna shake his head before flying near the mast to kind of like just chill out near the sails. He's kind of hoping that nobody really believes in ghosts.
And are you trying to like take out the serpent's coil, or you're just chilling in ghost form?
He's just chilling in ghost form.
Yeah, awesome. So you can hear a few people, you can hear some of the people that were upstairs still kind of yelling, there's a ghost, and You hear a few of the crewmen yell out, "Shut up! I'm trying to sleep!" And one or two of them get dragged out of bed, and they start heading up the stairs, and they're following the panicked crewmen that were screaming ghost, and they're like, "We saw it up here. He was on the top deck." And they're kind of like looking around, and you're hidden behind the mast, and they don't see you, and you can kind of do the old like they're walking around the mast, and you're just like
kind of circling around it.
Yeah, just on the other side of it. And then you just hear them say, would you just shut up? I'm trying to go to sleep. There's no ghost. And then you just hear one of them, "I swear I saw a ghost. It flew up right from under the deck." Say, "I'm going to sleep. There's no ghost up here." And he just goes back down, and the one guy that saw you in his ghost form is just like holding on to his lantern of light, and he's just like shaking, and he's getting away. He's trying to go to like the edge of the ship, basically, just kind of back to the wall, looking around the ship. What do you want to do now?
Nosy ass. Midas is gonna just wait until he is not near the mast before he's gonna hit just land back on the deck once he knows the coast is clear, and have the serpent coil release.
All right, serpent coil rips out of your hand. A little bit of blood kind of drips onto the top deck. And as you kind of walk out, the scared crewman goes, "Oh, did you feel a ghost?"
What ghost?
Oh God. I swear there was a ghost.
Aren't you grown? Are you a kid? Do you believe in ghosts? Do I need to tell you a ghost story? Get out of my face.
Oh. He just kind of looks defeated and still very scared as you just head back down to the under the deck.
Whew. Too close.
All right,
And he's gonna climb back to where he was before.
All right, and so everyone gets a nice long rest, and
Oh God.
And the next day is upon us, and you all awaken to the sound of Jacob yelling down into the crew quarters, "Wake up, everyone! Let's go! Let's get to work!" And while some of you are a little bit slow to get up, the crewmen of the Archer are quick to get on their feet and head back up to the top deck. Eladrian Specs comes over to your bunk, and he kind of nudges you on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Yes, my friend.
Eladrian, would you mind heading up to the crow's nest? Captain Jacob just wants to talk to me for a little bit.
Oh, you want me to take over to the navigate and make sure that put the entire crew's life into my hands?
Well, you're
Certainly.
the only one I trust.
I would be happy to. Just make sure you let Midas know that you trust me with the entire crew's lives.
Oh.
But I will head up there, and I will. What do you need? Do you need me to take something? Do you need me to just follow the course we are on? Is there?
Yeah, just keep following the course we're on. There's the spy glasses up there if you want to, take a look, see if you see anything up there.
Okay, I will use that. And I will do east. Okay, we are going. Right.
And Specs kind of walks over a couple of bunks to Midas, and as Midas, you're waking up, Specs goes to you. Ladrian told me to tell you that he's gonna be in charge of the crew's life.
Looks like we're dying. I hope you have a will.
And he just shrugs and he's like, "All right, I gotta go see the captain." So you guys all assist wherever you're needed in the morning time. As the winds have picked up and the sails are unfurled, once again you feel the sudden jostle of the boat as the sails pick up the wind. Looking over the side of the ship, you can see schools of fish leaping out of the water alongside the boat as they were munching on some of the algae and barnacles that have adhered themselves onto the ship's bottom. The weather is bright, sunny, and surprisingly hot as the Archer continues its voyage on the open sea. Midas, you can you can hear some whispers amongst the crewmen of the one crewman that was yelling and ranting and raving about a ghost, and a lot of the people don't believe him. But the scared crewman was like, "I swear I saw the ghost. It's a bad omen. I have a bad feeling." And they're just like, "Shut up. What are you talking about? Ghosts aren't real." As you guys are all doing your duties that you were assigned, Corey, you're helping out with the morning breakfast. Drag, you're helping Tinker get things ready to go and organize the cannonballs and stuff like that. Zar, the inspections and things like that have been taken care of, and you're just helping Adrian like tie down the barrels and organize them. And Midas, there's not too much to do with Claude as the sails have been repaired. So you're just kind of hanging out on the top deck. And Eladrian, as you're up in the top of the crow's nest, looking out with the spyglass, I just want you to roll perception with advantage for me.
Certainly. Oh my god, I rolled the same thing twice. 20.
Oh, perfect. All right, so looking out with the spyglass, in the far distance, you can see two ships.
I see two ships.
One vessel is smaller than the other, and atop the larger ship, a black flag can be seen. And amongst the sounds of the ocean waves, there's the faint sound of music can be heard. What do you do, Eladrian?
Well, first I try to understand and see if I know the song.
So you try to listen, and with that 20, you can't exactly make out what song it is, but you can tell it's got a very like alluring sound to it. Like it's a good beat.
The beat, yeah, it's good. Almost could be like the sound of a siren, maybe. Maybe they're pulling that one. Anyway, I should probably let somebody know about this, other than just dancing up here in the crow's nest to the song.
So what do you do?
I'll yell down to the I'll yell down and say, "Ship ahoy! Ship ahoy! There is two ships ahoy!"
And you can see a lot of the crewmen kind of lean over the side of the ship. Some of them kind of rush to the front of the ship just to look and see what you're yelling about. And as the Archer approaches these two ships, you can see that they're both stopped dead in the water. They appear to be like anchored in place. The smaller of the two ships has its sails furled, and it appears to be being boarded. The sound of music begins to die down as your ship approaches, and Eladrian, in the crow's nest of the ship with the black flag, you can see someone had jumped out of the crow's nest and begins flying between the two ships. Lieutenant Jacob yells out, "Looks like these are the pirates we've been looking for, men. Prepare for battle." The sound of a bell begins ringing, and the crew frantically runs to their assigned battle positions. And Jacob once again yells out to you, Eladrian, "Eladrian, can you make out their numbers? Do they have any hostages?"
Do they have any hostages? Do you want me to try to determine who is the good guys and the bad guys? From here, I will look. So I grab these spyglasses, and we're still, and I will put it to my eyes, and I will roll perception to see what I see. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Why the hell not? A 5.
So, as the ship gets closer, it gets a little bit easier to see Eladrian. And as you're looking through the spyglass, you take notice of the pirate ship's hull. There's carvings of wings that adorn the side of it, and its sail is an unfamiliar one to the lands of Stellaris. But it's not unfamiliar to you.
No, it isn't.
The ship is the Tiritania.
Oh my god!
The ship you spent a decade over on. And with that realization, you know exactly who that person flying between the ships are. What do you do, Eladrian?
I just gasp, and I say to myself, I go, Wendina, and like, yeah, I know who that is.
And Jacob, down below, he bellows out orders to the crew. Men, grab your bows and prepare to unleash a volley against those pirate scum. Their days of pillaging are over. Ticker, make sure those cannons are ready to fire. Mighty Ducks, this is when you earn your pardon. And Jacob spins the wheel at the helm to line it up parallel to the pirate ship, boxing the ship in between the Archer and the cargo ship. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, shit. Oh my god. How far away are we from them?
You guys are getting right up close at this point. Like, you're like pulling in.
Fireball.
Yeah, fireball.
Fireball!
Fireball, shatter, thunderbolt. Done.
No, we can't destroy my friends.
Too late. Matter of fact, upcast, shatter. Fireball, shatter, thunder wave. Done.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Deleted.
Keep on sailing.
I got some thinking to do. What is Eladrin gonna do? This is a huge predicament here that he's in. Like, what are you kidding?
You should be asking yourself that.
Yeah.
You're Eladrin.
No, Eladrin's his own.
Drama.
Eladrin's his own person.
Well, yes.
Well,
Well.
Well,
Well, hell.
Both it.
sorta, kinda.
what a great way to end it. Ah!
Man, this is really Eladrian's arc.
Mhm.
Yeah, like what?
Whatever will happen next, nobody knows.
Next will happen next week.
Only the DM knows.
Stay tuned next time.
I kind of know.
Who will go?
This is he's like the preview for the next episode. You know what I'm saying? Like after
He
the
is the
episode, he's the preview. This is what'll happen.
This was what may or may not happen.
I don't know yet. We'll see how I feel.
They all die.
The end.